Want to have your clip featured in the Skyrim Clip of the Week? Simply record the clip on your Xbox and then send it to me via message. My gamertag is iRyeni, that's IRYENI, and then you can message it to me over Xbox and I'll be able to view it. I look forward to seeing the clips that you guys send me. Now moving on to the video. Hey, what's up guys, it's Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of Modded Monday. We're on week number 286 now, guys. I picked out 5 new mods for you guys to check out, and perhaps add them to your load order if you find them interesting. But like always, before we jump into them, I want to remind you guys that I'm partnered with GamerSupps, which in my opinion is the best energy drink on the market, so if that sounds like something you're interested in, be sure to check out the link in the description where you can go to their store page, and you can also use the code RTD for a 10% discount on all your purchases. I also want to say, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any brand new mods each and every single week. Now that all that's out of the way, we can jump into this week's mods, and starting us off we have a pretty simple mod called the Giant's Force of Nature. Now the mod page reads a little bit about this, is that this alters every single giant in Skyrim to have double the height, weight, and mass than default. Some other stat changes: we have 70 unarmed damage, 256 unarmed reach, which is a huge reach, so you'll definitely want to stay out of its range. We have 1,000 health and stamina, 9,999 carrying capacity, so you never know what you'll find on these beasts. They have a 0.01% health regeneration outside of combat. They're also immune to the full force unrelenting force, have a 33% resistance to magic, frost, and fire, and they can be looted for 10 giant's toes, as well as the frost giants who have frost giant's toes. I always thought it was weird how in the vanilla game you only get to pick 1 or 2 giant's toes off of giants. Now you get the whole bunch, so there's definitely a lot of value in getting this mod too if you can take down these beasts. Now the reason why I love this mod is because I always thought in the vanilla game of Skyrim that giants are kind of like a mini boss fight, and then you get up to dragons and that's the actual boss fight. But once you get into the end game, giants are super easy. Same with dragons. Dragons are a cakewalk. So this is more for end game players, or maybe you just want a challenge if you're starting up a brand new character. There's so much to do with this Giant's Force of Nature mod, and it'll make every single fight against a giant a lot more epic and challenging, and that's definitely why it's featured here at a number 5 spot this week. So if you're looking to take on a challenge and slay a bunch of giants all throughout Skyrim with new health pools and new abilities as well, then the Giant's Force of Nature is definitely a mod I'd recommend checking out. So go download it and transform all of the giants in your next playthrough of Skyrim. Coming in at the number 4 spot this week, we have a brand new badass armor set called the Dremora Markynaz armor. Now this is the 4K version, and I was actually surprised that the 4K version comes in at only 31.20 megabytes. That's pretty good for how great these textures look, and it's one brand new armor set that I absolutely love. And the mod page reads that this is new heavy armor that's added into Skyrim, and the Oblivion invasion that heralded the end of the Third Era left many scars behind. The Markynaz armor is one of them. Follow the path of Daedra worshippers, and then this armor will become yours. Be careful and good luck. Now where to actually find this armor set is you can find the cuirass as well as the helmet at the Shrine of Mehrunes Dagon, and then if you travel over to the Dawnstar Museum, you can sneak in there and take the gauntlets and boots. This will complete the armor set, and as you can see as I'm showing it off here, this is an absolutely badass armor set. I love the looks of this, and if you combine this with other mods such as the Cloaks of Skyrim, you can also get the Daedric cloak from the Mehrunes Dagon Shrine, and it looks even more badass. I mean, just look at this set. I absolutely love the looks of this armor set, and I definitely think it beats Daedric whenever it comes to its looks. You know, if you're going for a darker approach, we always go Daedric or, you know, Ebony later down the line in our character, but now I think that this new Dremora armor is going to be my next choice. Not only because of the good protection that it gives you, and then you can also temper it and make it even better, but you also look way more intimidating than in the Daedric or Ebony armor, and I absolutely love it. So that's definitely why the Dremora Markynaz armor is featured here at a number 4 spot this week. So if you're looking for a brand new badass armor set, I'd strongly recommend downloading this and adding it to your arsenal in your next playthrough. Coming in at the number 3 spot this week, we have a brand new beautiful player home that's a lot different than the player homes that we cover on the channel. This is the Ashfall player home, and not only is it a mod that you have to build yourself, so you have to completely build the house for yourself, get all the materials and Hearthfire style it up and build it on your own there, but it's also located in Solstheim, which is also something we don't cover too often. You know, normally we start with the player homes that are just bought or given to you outright, but this one's actually crafted for yourself and located in an entirely different area from Skyrim, and I absolutely love it. And the mod page reads that Ashfall was a build-your-own home-style player home located in Solstheim and includes custom storages for weapons, armor, staves, notes, journals, jewels, leather, ingots, ore, dragon bones and scales, bread, meat, salt piles, mead, wine, soul gems, potions, poisons, ingredients, and even hearthstones too. You also have displays for artifacts. It displays unique armor and weapons that you can see when I'm doing the tour of the player home. You have the alchemy, enchanting, and staff crafting stations. There's plenty of mannequins for you to put all of your badass armors on. You have all of the doomstones and shrines. There's linked drop-off chests located outside, in the kitchen, and in the crafting room as well. And you also get an anvil and chopping block for your smithing and firewood needs. Finally, you get a new teleport scroll to quickly travel to Ashfall that you can find just on your desk inside of the home. Ashfall is located between Raven Rock and the Earthstone, which makes it extremely easy to travel to as soon as you get to Solstheim, because it's literally right off the docks. Now, although from the outside it may look like a very small player home and it doesn't look like there's too much you can do with it, but we actually have 3 levels of this player home, and I think they look incredibly nice. You know, you have the main floor that has the dining as well as some display rooms and some crafting, and then you go downstairs and you have a way bigger crafting area that you can do anything that you could possibly want. And then we move upstairs, you have the bedroom as well as some, you know, dragon priest masks areas so that you can display all of your goods. And then if you go down to the middle floor again, you have a big display room of a bunch of different items that you could just put up on the wall, such as weapons, the black books, the Mythic Dawn commentaries, different Daedric rings that you find, the amulets. There's so much that you can put on display and build your player home from the get-go, and I absolutely love that about this mod. The fact that you can buy it and build it from the beginning, and then once you start going through the game and collecting new artifacts and brand new legendary weapons, you can then put them on display in a specific place so that you can fully complete your house at the end of your game. So if you want to take a different approach and actually build your house and also live in Solstheim in your next playthrough, then I'd strongly recommend downloading this brand new Ashfall player home for yourself. Coming in at the number 2 spot this week, we have a brand new mod that completely transforms every single forest and tree in Skyrim. This is the Forests of the North mod, and the mod page reads, "This is my latest tree mod that I've worked on for a long time just trying to get it right. Hopefully I've accomplished that here. This tree mod uses assets from Happy Little Trees as well as Blubbo DE to create a truly unique experience that balances realism with a bit of fantasy. I hope you all enjoy." And the mods that are featured inside here, of course, you have the Happy Little Trees mod, the Lush Vanilla Trees, as well as a complete overhaul to every single forest that you could possibly think of in Skyrim. Now, as you can see, these trees look absolutely massive and beautiful, and they're completely different in every single region that you travel to throughout Skyrim. So as you can see in my showcase here, we went over to Riften and there was a bunch of tall, colorful trees. We head over to Winterhold and there are a bunch of snow-covered trees and they flow in the wind really nice. And then we head over to Riften as well as Falkreath and we have the big, tall green forests that are just absolutely massive and look amazing. Just exploring in Skyrim in this game feels completely different with this Forest of the North mod, and I absolutely love it. So if you're looking to completely transform all of the trees and forests in your next playthrough of Skyrim, then I'd strongly recommend downloading the Forest of the North mod and exploring these brand new beautiful forests for yourself. Coming in at the number 1 spot this week, we have another massive mod pack that tries to do it all in Skyrim, which seems to be a common theme on the channel now. It seems like the number 1 spot is always a huge massive mod pack that completely changes Skyrim. I just absolutely love it. This is a brilliant time to make a load order in Skyrim. But the number 1 spot this week, we have Pauly Skyrim V2 All-in-One, the LUHD edition. Now that's an absolute mouthful of a mod name there, but LUHD, what does that exactly mean? Well, it means lower resolution up above and higher resolution down below. So the main focus is on the underground areas like caves, ruins, etc., which is why they've added a bunch of mods that transform the underground as well as the top too. This bundle also includes Praedy's College of Winterhold, which is also in 1K. And the landscapes and other architectures are a mixture of resolutions to keep the size down. And you already know whenever someone says they're trying to keep the size down, whenever it comes to a 786.65 megabyte mod, this mod must have been absolutely massive before, almost a gigabyte I bet. But now that we have everything put together and tested nicely and all put into one mod pack, we can definitely fit this into our next load order because 786.65 megabytes isn't a lot compared to how much this mod covers, which I'm about to get into here. The mods that we have within this giant mod pack here, you have Clever Charf's All-in-One, which is a brilliant town overhaul mod that transforms every single town all throughout Skyrim, so it's a brilliant mod to have in this mod pack here. On top of that, you also have Vulture's Towns and Villages, which gets the other areas and towns that Clever Charf's All-in-Ones didn't hit. On top of that, you have Cathedral Snow, which changes all of the landscape for the snow textures up towards Windhelm and Winterhold to look a lot better. And then after that, you have the Underground Dungeon Texture Overhaul, which completely overhauls every single dungeon in Skyrim to look a lot better. You have the Majestic Landscapes mod, which does the landscape areas that aren't covered in snow to look a lot better too. Blended Roads, so that all the roads look really good. Vanilla Grass is reimagined, so that every single area all throughout Skyrim has brand new grasses and they look absolutely amazing. Like I said, we have Praedy's College of Winterhold, which overhauls the college into a brand new area and it looks really great. And the mod page also goes on to say that there's other mods that you can also add to this mod pack alongside here to make it even better. We have the Majestic Mountains mod, so that the mountains that weren't covered within this mod pack will be covered by Majestic Mountains there, as well as the My Happy Little Forest bundle, which is actually included in the Forest of the North, so if you wanted to just completely transform your entire game, you could download the number 2 spot as well as the number 1 spot and have not only completely remastered Forest, but also the rest of Skyrim completely remastered too, so it's a win-win there. And then finally, they recommend a Static Mesh Improvement mod or an SMIM mod to put alongside this so that you have every other texture that wasn't covered in this mod also covered in your next load order. So there's so much to take in with this Pauly Skyrim V2 all-in-one that it's almost impossible for me to cover everything all in this short showcase here. So if you like the looks of some of the areas that I'm traveling to, or maybe you just want to learn more about this mod and see it for yourself, then I'd strongly recommend downloading Pauly Skyrim V2 all-in-one, the LUHD edition, and trying it out in your next playthrough because it tries to cover everything and it does it perfectly. So that's pretty much it for this week's episode of the top 5 Skyrim mods of the week. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and if you did, I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribe if you're new. It really helps me out a lot. And if you have any suggestions for mods you'd like me to cover in future top 5 mod episodes, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, or you can join our Discord. I'll be sure to leave the Discord link in the description as well as the pinned comment so you can join us on there and leave mod suggestions there as well. Special shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have done for me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys later.